Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me this morning. My name is Meg Cannon. I am the director of the Regional Prevention Coordinator for Region 17 in Oklahoma County. That's a really fancy way of saying that my team and I are responsible for substance abuse prevention in Oklahoma County, and we also support all other counties throughout the state as they need. I wanted to come together this morning and talk to you a little bit about Narcan. I talked with Michael and he asked that I do this video and do a really quick hands-on Narcan training, or well, as hands-on as it can be because I'm here and you're there, but I'm going to help you with this and we're going to get it all figured out and it's all going to be easy to do. I know a lot of people are really intimidated when it comes to Narcan. We talk about this all the time. You've heard this in panels. You've heard us say repeatedly, everybody needs to have a free Narcan kit. Well, if you're anything like me, the first time I heard about Narcan, I went, well, but isn't that a prescription medication? I'm not a doctor. I don't have a medical background. And you want me to carry this and give it to people that's not me? Well, I'm here to tell you that if I can do this, you can do this. Here's how. So this is a Narcan kit. This may be backwards for you. I'm not sure. Probably is going to be. Narcan is also known as, by its generic name, Naloxone. Narcan is a medication that's been around since at least the Vietnam War. And what this medication does is it immediately reverses an opioid overdose. That means that this is kind of a little magic bullet and it can save lives. It has saved hundreds of thousands of lives over the years in the medical settings, in all sorts of other settings. And we just want to make sure that you understand how to use it and where you can get a free kit and why you should have one and take away that fear. So first things first, number one, Narcan's been around for a long time. What it works on are opioid overdoses. So your opioids, your things like hydrocodone, Percocet, morphine, hydromorphone, fentanyl. It can work sometimes on carfentanil, but a lot of times carfentanil is so strong, you're not going to see it very often. It also can work to reverse a heroin overdose. So, things to remember. One, as we've talked about, addiction knows no bounds. You probably have someone in your life who is currently struggling with addiction or who has struggled with addiction. Even if you're saying to yourself, but Meg, I don't take an opioid. Well, I don't either, but I carry a Narcan kit because I never know who I'm going to run into who might take one. And I don't ever want to take that chance that somebody accidentally overdoses, because most of the overdoses, they are accidental. People don't typically go into it saying, hey, I want to overdose and die today. So this kit can save lives. Here's how you use it. So say you have a Narcan kit and you're carrying it around in your purse, your bag, your pocket, and you come upon someone. You come over to somebody's house and it's a friend you have who you know had just had a knee surgery and has been taking hydrocodone to help them with the pain afterwards. Your friend doesn't answer the door, so you walk in the house and you find him laying there on the floor. Okay, so what are you going to do first? Number one, you're going to pick up that phone and you're going to call 911. And you're going to say, I found my friend on the floor. I'm afraid something's wrong. I'm trying to wake him up, but I found my friend on the floor. You need to send help. Give your address, stay on the phone. Go over to the friend and see if you can wake him up. If he doesn't wake up, kind of roll him over onto his back. If he still isn't awake, then we're going to do a few things to check. I want you to check his eyes. And I say his just because that's the pronoun I chose to use. It can be a woman, it can be anyone. Pull their eyelids open. You're going to look for what's called a pinpoint response. Are their pupils, are they little bitty, teeny tiny? Do they look like a pinpoint? If so, that's a sign of an overdose. Look at their skin. Does their skin look pink, red, healthy, like someone who, any of us? If it doesn't look pink, or if it looks kind of ashy or gray or even yellow, waxy, that is a sign that they probably are not getting enough oxygen. And again, it's an overdose. Look at their fingernails. Are they pink and healthy like mine? Or are they, when you look at them, are they purple? Are they blue, gray? The best thing I can tell you is you're just going to know because they're not going to look right. Listen to the breathing. Are they breathing? If they are they making like a really, really big, deep, gurgly sound, like a snore? And I don't mean the kind of snore that you're like, honey, roll over, that's annoying. I mean the kind of snore that something's wrong. Or are they not even breathing at all? So you check these things. All of these can be signs of overdose. Then the last thing you're going to do before you say, and keep in mind, you've got 911 on the phone all the time, all this time, they still have someone coming to help you. The next thing you're going to do is roll the person over, make sure they're on their back, flat on the floor, and you are going to do what is called a pain response. You're going to do a chest press. So you're going to take a fist, you're going to take your hand, you're going to make a fist, so your knuckles are kind of pointy, you can kind of see mine pointing like that, and you're going to push right here, and you're going to push and pull down on their sternum. Do not try this on yourself. It is painful. And a lot of times if the person is just passed out from, say, alcohol or something else, a lot of times it'll pop them up because it elicits what's called a pain response. If a person has overdosed or is in the process of overdosing, this will not pop them awake. They're not going to come up. Okay, so say your friend has not come up. You say to the 911 dispatcher, I have a Narcan kit. I know that he had knee surgery recently. I think there's a possibility he has overdosed. And that dispatcher is going to say, great, let's get it going. So you're going to take your Narcan kit out. It literally looks like this. It is a box. This one's kind of beat up because it's been in my bag. It is white and pink and black. You're going to open the box. I'm not going to open this one. And inside you're going to have 2 packets that look just like this. And there will be a little instruction sheet in there too in case you forget, but it's really easy. You won't even need that instruction sheet. So what you're going to do is you're going to rip this one open. Super, super, super easy to open. You open one at a time. This is easy. I mean, so easy that a child could do it. You can do it one-handed. It's not like the NyQuil where you need a blowtorch and all sorts of other things to get it open. Super easy. When it's open, this is what comes out. This is the actual medication. There is no safety lid. There is no safety cap. There is no safety on this. Why is that? Because this is that safe. It is super safe to use. So your friend is laying on his back. You take this, you put it up his nose, and you push this plunger. And then you step back and you wait. You wait, and within about 60 seconds, this person, if they have overdosed on opioids, is going to pop up. They're going to come back around, and they're going to be like, okay, what happened? And then you're going to stay with them, and you're going to wait for IMSA, for fire, for police, for first responders to show up and to help you. So why are there 2 kits? And what happens if the person doesn't come awake? Well, you open the second kit, and you try the exact same thing. And you tell the dispatcher what you're doing. You do the second kit, and you see if that person comes up. There are times it takes more than 1 dose for a person to come back up and to wake up. There are times when a person, you can actually give a dose and they come back up, and then they start going back into the overdose. That's why you have 2 doses of Narcan. So what happens if you give this to someone who is, say, something else medical has happened and they're not overdosing? Will this hurt them? No, it will not. Narcan will do absolutely nothing to you if you have not overdosed. I could put this up my nose right now, and the only thing it would do is annoy me because it's going up my nose and it's going up, spraying up into my brain. Not my favorite thing to have happen, right? It's not going to do anything to a person who has not overdosed. That also means, one of the questions I get the most, this does not work for things like methamphetamine, any kind of other kind of drug. This does not work on. It's opioids only, so that does include heroin. But it is safe. There can be, of course, like any medication, someone could potentially be allergic to it, but I've done tons of research and I haven't been able to find an instance of anyone having an allergic reaction to it. And here is what pharmacists and physicians have said to me. I would still try to give it because you're still probably going to save a life. And an allergic reaction can usually be negated. We can usually use Benadryl or another medication like that to help end that reaction because you're saving their life. If the person does not wake up after you have administered the Narcan, you're going to stay with them, and if you know how, begin compression-only CPR. It's not a hard thing to do. The 911 operator will be able to walk you through how to do that. You will be tired afterwards because it is not an easy thing to do, but it does help that person, and it does increase their chances of hopefully still living until help can arrive. Hopefully within just a few minutes you do have help who is on scene. It is important that you stay with that person because you do need to let first responders know that you have administered Narcan, and they need to know how many kits you have administered. So easy peasy, right? So how do you get a free Narcan kit? Well, Narcan is available for free all across the state of Oklahoma. The state legislature has made it so that even though it is a prescription, you and me and everyone else I know can carry a kit with them for free. You don't get in trouble for it. It's something that we highly recommend everyone does. I have them stashed everywhere. I've got one in my car. I have one in Jason's truck. We have one at home. I have them in my work bags. Everywhere we go, we have a kit with us because you just never know. So what I want you to do to get your free Narcan kit is this. There is a website called, it is www.okimready.org. That's okimready.org. You're going to go to that. You're going to click on overdose and scroll to the very bottom of the page. You'll put in your zip code, and it will tell you where the nearest place is that you can go to get a Narcan kit for free. Pharmacies will sell these to you. Sometimes insurance will cover them, but if you go to one of our hubs, it is totally free to pick up one of these kits. You just have to answer a few questions about your zip code and your age range. It's just things like that that we have to have because this is done under a federal grant. That's it. That's how easy it is. I promise you, if I can use an Narcan kit, you can too. So I really encourage you, please do go get yourself a kit. You just never know whose life you might save. If you guys have any questions, please give me a call. My number is 405-858-2841. I'm always happy to help. Even if you're not in Oklahoma County, I can refer you to someone in your county or someone closer for you. And yeah, let's go out there and save a life. Thanks so much, guys.